we proceed exercise of laws of motion. First question we have done. Let us see question number 2. Question number 2, it is given that a pebble of mass 0.05 kg. There is a pebble of mass 0.05 kg. Mass of the pebble 0.05 kg is thrown vertically upwards. So give the direction of and magnitude of the net force on the pebble. There is a pebble of mass 0.05 kg which is thrown vertically in upward direction. So we have to calculate the force, direction and magnitude of the net force acting on the pebble during its upward motion. Force acting on pebble. The first part is during upward motion. So when the pebble moves in upward direction, the weight acting vertically downward. So the net force during upward motion. Is equals to the weight of the body which is acting downward direction. So mass is 0.05 and acceleration due to gravity, we take g equals to 10 meter per second square. So this is the net force, 10 into 0.05 which is 0.5 Newton, and its direction is in downward direction. The net force in the form of weight which acts in vertically downward direction. So when there is a pebble of mass 0.05 kg and pebble is thrown vertically upward, so we have to find the magnitude of the force acting on the pebble and also the direction of the force. So the magnitude of the force, the net force, is in the term of weight of the body, and weight is equals to m into g, mass 0.05 and the value of g is 10. So the net force is 0.5 Newton and its direction is downward. Now the second part of the question. During its downward motion, when pebble moves in downward direction, then the net force acting during the downward motion. So again the net force or weight always acting vertically downward, no matter whether body is moving in upward direction or downward direction. So the net force in this case also be equals to m into g, mass 0.05 and the value of g is 10. So 0.5 Newton and the direction of this force is again vertically downward. Now the part C is at the highest point where it is momentarily at rest. At the highest point at the highest point where it is momentarily at rest. So again at the highest point when the pebble is momentarily at rest, the net force is again equals to m into g. When the pebble is momentarily at rest, then again the net force acting is m into g. Mass is 0.05 into 10, which is 0.5 Newton, and the direction of this force in this situation is also downward. Now the next part is, do your answer change if the pebble was thrown at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal direction? So when the pebble, the B part, when the pebble is thrown at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal, then the answer will not change. The second case is, what happens when the pebble is thrown at an angle 45 degree with the horizontal. So when the pebble is thrown at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal, then the answer will not change because horizontal component of velocity, remains constant throughout the motion. Because when the body is going in upward direction or the body is going in downward direction, then in both the cases the horizontal component of velocity remains constant. So there will no change in the answer when the pebble is thrown at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal, because the horizontal component of velocity remains constant throughout the motion. Now question number 3. Question number 3. Give the magnitude and direction of the net force acting on a stone. Give the magnitude and direction of the net force acting on the stone. Give the magnitude and direction of the net force acting on the stone of mass 0.1 kg. Of mass 0.1 kg. Magnitude and direction of the net force acting on the stone of mass 0.1 kg. The first part A. Just after it is dropped from the window of a stationary train. Just after it is dropped. Just after it is dropped. Just after it is dropped from the window of a stationary train. From the window of a stationary train. So we have to find the magnitude and direction of the net force acting on the stone. There is a stone of mass 0.1 kg and the force acting on the stone when just after it is dropped from the window of a stationary train. There is a stationary train is at rest position, and from the window of train a mass of 0.1 kg is dropped. So just after dropping, the net force acting on the stone and the direction of the force. So the net force will be the weight of the stone, F equals to m into g. So net force F equals to, which acts on a stone, F equals to m into g. The value of mass is 0.1 and the value of g is taken 10. So we get 1 Newton. The net force acting on a stone of mass 0.1 kg is 1 Newton and the direction of the force is vertically downward. Vertically downward. So the net force is in the form of weight, because weight equals to m into g and weight always acts in vertically downwards. So when a stone is thrown from a window of a stationary train, then the net force acting on the stone is weight of the stone, which is equals to F equals to m into g. Now the next part is, just after it is dropped from the window of a train running at a constant velocity. Just after it is dropped from the window of a train, just after it is dropped, from the window of a train, just after it is dropped from the window of a train running at a constant velocity, running at a constant velocity of 36 km per hour. Of 36 km per hour. So the velocity is constant. In this case, the velocity is constant. So due to the constant velocity, there is no external force acts on the body, because body is moving with constant velocity. So when a body is moving with constant velocity, so no external force is applied on the body. So the net force again is in terms of weight of the body, and weight of the body is given by mass into acceleration due to gravity. So since the body is moving with constant velocity, since the body is moving with a constant velocity, so no any external force acts on the body. So no any external force acts on the body, and therefore the net force is only the weight of the body. Therefore the net force is equals to m into g, and 0.1 into 10, which is 1 Newton, and its direction is also vertically downward. Vertically downward direction. The net force, which is in form of weight, is again acting in vertically downward direction. Now the third case is just after it is dropped from the window of a train accelerating with 1 meter per second square. The acceleration of the train is given. The acceleration of the train is given. So the third part is just after it is dropped. Just after it is dropped, just after it is dropped from the window of a train, from the window of a train, accelerating with 1 meter per second square, accelerating with 1 meter per second square, accelerating with 1 meter per second square. So since the train is accelerating, the acceleration of the train is given. Acceleration of the train is 1 meter per second square, and mass is 0.1 Newton. So the extra force acts on the stone due to the acceleration of the train. So due to the acceleration of the train, extra force acts on the stone, and name it F dash. F dash is the extra force acts on the stone, which is equals to m into a. Mass is 0.1 and acceleration is 1. So this is 0.1 Newton. Extra force acts on the stone in horizontal direction. In horizontal direction. But as the stone is dropped, then this force acts momentarily. This extra force acts on the stone is momentarily force. It no longs after long time. This force doesn't act for long time. This force doesn't act on a stone for long time because this is the momentary force. When the stone is dropped, just 0.1 Newton force acts in the horizontal direction. That is the extra force. But this force doesn't act on a stone for long time. Therefore, in this case also, the net force acting. In this case also, the net force acting is the weight, which is equals to m into g, and 0.1 into 10, and that is 1 Newton in downward direction. So in case number 3, the net force acting is also 1 Newton in the downward direction, because due to the acceleration of the train, the force F dash 0.1 Newton acts momentarily. It doesn't act on a stone for long time. So for the long time, the net force acts is the weight of the stone, which is equals to m into g, and that is 1 Newton. And its last part is lying on the floor of a train. A stone is lying on the floor of a train. Lying on the floor of a train. A stone is lying on the floor of a train. Stone is lying on the floor of a train, which is accelerating with 1 meter per second square. Which is accelerating with 1 meter per second square. A stone is accelerating with acceleration of 1 meter per second square. The stone being at rest relative to the train. The stone is being at rest relative to the train. A stone is lying on the floor of a train, so with respect to train or relative to the train, the stone is at rest, and neglect air resistance throughout and take the value of g equals to 10 meter per second square. So acceleration in this case, weight of the stone is balanced by normal reaction R. In this case, weight of the stone is balanced by horizontal reaction. Weight of the stone is balanced by normal reaction. Balanced by normal reaction. Because a stone is lying on the floor, So its weight is acting downward direction and the normal direction R acts in upward direction. So the weight is balanced by normal direction, and due to the acceleration produced in the stone, the net force acting in the horizontal direction. So in this case, the net force due to the acceleration equals to m into a, mass is 0.1, acceleration is 10. So the net force acting is 1 Newton. Due to the acceleration of the stone, 0.1 into acceleration is given 1 meter per second square. So again this is 0.1 Newton due to the acceleration produced in the stone, and its direction is horizontal. So when the stone is lying on the surface, it is not dropped. The stone is lying on the surface of the plane. Then the weight of the stone is balanced by the normal direction, and due to the acceleration, the net force acts in the forward direction, in horizontal direction, and the net force acting in this situation, F equals to m into a, and that is 0.1 Newton. Now in question number 4, question number 5.4. It is given that one end of a string of length L is connected to a particle of mass M. There is a string of length L, and one end of the string is connected to a mass M and the other to a small peg on a smooth horizontal table. If the particle moves in a circle with a speed v, the net force on the particle directed towards the center is. So the net force on the particle directed towards the center is tension force. This provides the necessary centripetal force. In this case, the net force acting is the tension force which acts in the string. Tension force which acts in the string towards the center, and this provides the necessary, the tension force. This provides the necessary centripetal force. This provides the necessary centripetal force to move in circular path. So the option is A, first number option, tension force T. So the net force on the particle acting is in terms of tension, and the direction of the tension force is towards the center, and this force provides the necessary centripetal force to move in a circular orbit, in a circular path, to move the stone in a circle or in a circular path.